Hello. Welcome to Sim Games TO, and I'm your host Tony. We're here in our Toronto build, where we have established every type of industry in the industry's DLC, except for a farming industry. So that is exactly what we're going to do. A farming industry, all on its own, can be very beneficial to your city for its mechanics and making it some money, provided you make it profitable. But there are some additional benefits that your city will have if you are producing all four types of industrial goods locally in your city, and we're going to get into these. There's a nice open area up here towards the northeastern part of the city, near Edwards Gardens, that is going to make for a good place to place this. In real life, this ground is mainly occupied by the Edwards Garden Park. There is some light farming that takes place here, such as greenhouses and tree farms, but not to the extent of the size that we're going to be making it. But I think that this is going to be a much better use for this space, as another opportunity nearby won't exist in the city. So let's start by painting in the industry area, setting up the roads, and making sure that this is fertile land, because otherwise there will be not enough natural resources to sustain the industry. One of the beneficial things about a farming industry is that it does not create land or air pollution, so you don't have to worry about needing to place it away from residential buildings. It is very important to set up a really good road network for trucks to use in an industry so that they can get around easier, and this helps with traffic congestion as well. Nearby we have the Don Valley Parkway Highway that trucks will easily be able to access and use to efficiently get to anywhere in the city. We will also make a cargo rail station here, connected to the railway network, which has cargo train stations throughout the city, allowing goods to be transported with rail all around the city. This industry will also be located in a pretty central part of the city, so trucks will be able to easily transport goods to nearby businesses and industries. This is the reason that it is very important for any industry to be near a highway, and for your highways to be well accessible throughout the city, as this will always make it easier for delivery trucks to deliver vital goods to commercial and industrial buildings efficiently. The trains here also play a vital role in this industry, because instead of goods being transported by truck from point to point, what happens is that trucks will go to the cargo train station, drop off the goods there, then a train will spawn, and then take these goods to another cargo train station in the city. Then trucks will spawn with these goods on them and deliver them within that local area. This has a drastic reduction in traffic volume on the highways and on the streets of the city. The farming industry essentially produces crops, which can then produce animal goods if you have animal pastures. You can then place in processing plants to turn these into flour and animal products. There are also barns and grain silos that can store these goods until they are needed. So how does the farming industry make your city money? Well, the Sims in your city need food, and this comes from this industry, which is owned and operated by your city. Trucks will take the crop goods to animal pastures and processing plants to make grain. Then trucks will take these to your local industries and businesses. Any excess goods that are needed are exported from the city if there is a demand for these, which does vary. Your industry gets paid when your trucks that belong to your facilities arrives at their destination and delivers its goods, in this case of exports, when it arrives at the edge of the map. This includes goods that are taken to storage facilities such as silos, barns, and warehouses, and I will be making a separate video that's going to cover all of those. But the point is that since your industry gets paid for the goods when they are delivered, it only makes sense to place their destinations close to each other to reduce their trip times. This way you can have an efficient operation where your trucks can make more deliveries in less time. If you have watched any of my other industries videos, then you have heard me mention this before. But I'm going to say it again, just in case there is someone watching my video for the first time, because this is just so important to know. Another thing to remember is that the more facilities you have in your industrial area, the more truck traffic this is going to create in a relatively small area, so you need to expect and plan for that. But for this reason, I'm placing a lot of barns and grain silos all over the industry area so that there is always somewhere for trucks to take their raw goods to. The other reason that I'm placing these all over the industry area and spreading them out is to better distribute the truck traffic. This should help out with the traffic situation once things settle down. There's always that burst of truck traffic at the start when you make an industry. These storage facilities can be placed anywhere on the map, and how this can be helpful to your city is something that I will cover in this video that I mentioned already that I will be making. So let's talk about why it is good to have all four types of industries included in the industries DLC in your city. Well, without these, your city would be dependent on these being imported into your city. By having all of these industries in your city and producing these raw goods, your city becomes independent of these. Therefore, instead of depending on these to be imported from the edges of the map to your business and industries, all of the goods that citizens will need in your city will be available locally, and your city can benefit financially from this. There is, however, another reason that it is beneficial to have every industry type in your city, and if you are relatively new to the industry's DLC, then this may be something that you are not aware of. There are factories that you can make in your city with this DLC that make specialized goods that can be sold to your Sims. All of these require a combination of natural resources in your city to produce these specialized goods. However, there is a catch to this. These factories can only use the natural resources that are produced in your city to make these specialized items. Therefore, if you have industries to procure all of the natural resources, you will be able to make any of these factories in your city. These factories are also very profitable and provide a very good income stream for your city. Additionally, they provide your commercial zones with more goods to sell, which makes it more appealing for businesses to operate in your city, as goods can arrive there easily. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and found it helpful for building your city. I have several other videos on industries with information about how to set these up and tips on how to make money with them. So I would recommend you check those out too if you have not already, because I think you will also find those useful. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification button so that you will be notified of new videos that come out. Thank you for watching, and until next time, as always, happy skylining.